Hey there, guys. We're back in Railroader today, and we've got another locomotive to look at. This is, of course, the HK Porter 16-ton 040 ST, ST denoting the saddle tank. HK Porter manufactured light-duty locomotives in the U.S. in the mid to late 1800s, I want to say the 1860s and onward, building nearly 8,000 units total for all types of manufacturing, railroads to different various specifications. They built them onward up until I want to say 1950 was the last locomotive they produced. They had all kinds of crazy locomotives that they built for different companies to whatever spec really that the company wanted that was ordering said locomotive, including compressed air, fireless locomotives, and many are still preserved to this day. Now, these things had a nickname. They were known as Dinkies, used for industries such as logging, plantation work, used in and around mines and mills. And this is a mod, but again, like most mods, it's easy to install. You literally take the zipped folder, you drop it in your UMM or Unity Mod Manager, and that's it. It's in the game. You're good to go. This mod is by Moon, aka Marquette Creations, and has been available for a couple of days now. I'll link it down below where you can go and find this. But let's hop in the game itself and take a quick peek at this thing. All right, we're now in the game. I just have this is kind of my test sandbox um, deal where I just kind of look at stuff. But this is it. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know the Porter or the HK Porter Company not only made light duty locomotives such as this, but they made machining equipment and various things as well, mainly for industry. Now, they didn't just make 040s and 040 STs. They did make them for standard gauge. I would say primarily narrow gauge is probably where a lot of where you saw these. They made 060s. I believe they made some 062s, but they got the job done. They were strong enough to whatever spec the company that wanted the thing built for whatever purpose, and they got it done. They were well loved. I mean, hell, they made almost 8,000 of these things for almost 100 years. So that's a pretty big deal. We'll go ahead and open the Shift T here. We'll go to locomotives in the game. It is called the S7T. So it's a 16-tonner locomotive. That's it right there. We'll go into the company mode real quick just so we can take a look at the specs. Obviously, it's 16-ton. We know that. Let me go ahead and do this real quick here. What is it? Mode company. There we go. So we're in the company mode now. All right, Shift T, we're back in it. S7T right at the tippy top. There we go. 040 saddle tank switcher. Tractive effort, 7,100 pounds. Factor of adhesion, 4.5. Extra small curve radius, 32,000 pound weight empty. 450 pounds of coal and 500 gallons of water. Costs you $2,000. So this thing's perfect for a lot of your industries. You got across the map, whether your stuff's modded or not. Pretty much any of your logging, you can keep it, set up on one of the logging branches like the Walker or Connolly branch, or down here at the sawmill, or down at Silva paperboard. Pretty much anywhere where there's a large industry and you don't want it to go too far. But you can get this thing up to speed. I did a bit of testing around. You could, of course, put it down here at Snowbird Paper as well as Silva. I think I said Silva. But pretty much any big industry. Hell, you could have it at Alarka. I don't know if you'd want to take it up in the hills at Alarka, but maybe around the yard or something like that. But it is a good-looking engine. First things first, as with Marquette Creations, a.k.a. Moon, the person that's made this mod and a couple others, looks pretty good. Looks pretty darn good. I'd say it's in the upper echelon or top tier of models that have been released for Railroader. It does look very nice. It fits within the game very well. It doesn't kind of look out of place from everything else, but it's also a bit more sharp, a bit more crispy. The curvature on the saddle tank itself is very nicely modeled. You can see the rivets on there, the bolts, the carriage bolt heads, if you will. Got Porter there on the side in a nice little font. You got the white stripes or white walls on the axles themselves. along with the wheel weights, which is pretty cool. We'll get this thing moving here in a second. We're just going to take a look around the model itself. Got your dynamo. Got your stack, kind of top hat looking stack. So the bell was, I believe, static, and the thing kind of was the thing inside kind of like popped against the bell itself. I don't know if the bell itself moved. I don't think it does on this. The front looks very nice as well. You can, of course, customize this thing. I kind of just did something. A lot of my stuff in my playthroughs are kind of like a burgundy red or same kind of color. So that's just kind of what I went with here. But it's a nice looking model. Let's get up top and look at it here. Across the top itself. Yeah, the domes look nicely modeled. You can open that hatch there and see the water inside. Because it's an all-in-one deal, right? So that's what the saddle tank was for. It was the water kind of sleeved over top of the engine itself. And then you got the coal back here, which is kind of funny. This is your coal in this little tiny box right here. That's it, man. That's all you got. You probably burned through that pretty quick. You can see a little door down there. Let's get the lantern on, or it kind of scoop out there. See if we can open the hatch. Indeed, you can. Turn the lantern back off. It looks nicely enough modeled in here as well. Good enough for Railroader. I'd say maybe a little bit better. It looks very sharp, very crispy. Some of the textures are a bit blocky, like the coal and things like that. But, I don't get mad about that. Not by a long shot. But all your handles and wheels and everything in here do look pretty good. Look pretty prototypical for something like this. These were meant to be ran by one person most of the time. The brake stands look really nice as well. Kind of got that copper as that brass handles on there. Those look very nice. You can open the windows back and forth. I don't think the front one's open. There's our sander. There's a hatch. I don't think that opens. Maybe there's like a shortcut. I doubt it though. So I'm not sure that opens, or the rear. See your coupler back here as well. Your air hookup. But got a little single chime on here because that's most likely what it would have had. But this thing's modeled very nicely. So we got a couple of skelly cars on here. 4 skelly cars. Not too heavy. Let's just get back. It's kind of tough getting out of this thing. So I'm just trying to walk right out. And the coupler will kind of block you. So if you're trying to get out, just kind of go for one of the edges and like aim, outward or something like that. But let's watch this thing work here for a second. We'll drop the independent. We'll put it at about 60% reverser. Give it a little juice. Open the cacks on both sides. So it's 170 ton, 5 cars, 200 feet. Getting it done easy peasy. This is about the max of what you want with something like this. I mean, you could certainly handle more, but if you got any kind of a grade, this is probably close to the top. I'll tell you what, man, that little sucker hauls ass. You could definitely pull some more cars, especially if you're on a level grade such as this. But if you're in a hilly area, you definitely want to watch out. It's not uber powerful, but it's a neat little locomotive to have in game. Something you can place at, some of your bigger local industries just to kind of shuffle cars around. Hell, maybe even have it as like a switcher or something like that, because these are good-looking locomotives that come from this person that mods these. What was it? Was it the Camelback that was just released? It could have been by the same person, which had kind of the same look and the same vibe, but it looks very nice. I like the little bits of like white striping and the sills on the wheels and things like that. You can, of course, customize it depending on what other mods you have, naturally, we'll look at this. You could put custom logos on there if you've got Legos logos and decoration mods. You can throw, whatever bell or whistle you have on there as well, and then you've got your base colors, lettering colors, and then part of the Legos, like custom mod pack, you can throw some coloring in there as well as your text, and of course choose your whistle, which I think I said. I'm not sure, but it's a good looking engine, especially. We'll kind of stop it here in the light, take a look. Good looking little engine, something fun to have in your big industries and things like that. But it's just a nice looking engine. I might employ one of these. I've got a new save that I've been working on where I've kind of gone through in my personal gameplay. I've reinstalled it. Where the hell are we at? I've reinstalled the game on another drive, so it's kind of a fresh slate. And I'm not really going to be going with any map mods. There's just so many mods that come out now. It's hard to keep on top of them. I had a big issue with my game save earlier where I kind of had to go through and update everything. And some things weren't updating. And I'd load the game and buildings weren't loading. Locomotives weren't loading. And I was like, hell with it. I just deleted it all. And we're starting fresh. So we're going to try and do it the right way as well. No money cheats or time cheats or anything like that. And I think I will employ this thing on... some kind of logging branch or something like that. But, God, why do I keep doing that? Nice little Dinky Hero 4 OST saddle tank, 16-tonner HK Porter. See if we can open the hatch up here. No, I guess not. The lights do work as they should, and everything else within, Railroader. It fits perfectly, and it's a damn good-looking little model. But I just wanted to go over that real quick, guys. I'll link it down below if you want to go and check it out. Easy to install. You just need Unity Mod Manager. You drop it in there, you're done. See you next time. Bye.